My journey of Tommy was always that Tommy was never outside of me and never was a character called Tommy. Tommy was in here. Tommy was my soul.
Got a feeling 21's gonna be a good year, especially if you and me see it in together. So you think 21's gonna be a good year?
Its brilliance is that Tommy is about all of us. You're Tommy too. Your soul is Tommy. You know, that's that piece of us that is yearning, crying for help. You know, is strong, weak, all the things that we are, all parts of our human condition. So that's how I always saw it, until we did the film, of course. But then once you get into the visuals, you have to put something to it. We had, I think we had, you know, I don't think we've ever, if anyone succeeded, it was Ken Russell, because he was so flamboyant with it. But there are glaring, gaping holes when you try and put that character as a person into the material world. For me, it doesn't quite work.
I saw it, I heard it, every word. I won't say nothing to no one, never tell a soul what I know is the truth.
I always try and go back to the time when I first sang it. That's what I attempt to do every night of every song I ever sing, is to try and latch on to that first time I ever sung it, because that was the true moment. That's why I very rarely listen to our records when we've recorded them. That performance is done, and I hang on to what that memory of that was. I don't need to hear it again. I keep it inside, and if I can sing it now and touch base with that first time, I know it'll be all right. Yeah, we haven't gone away. We're trying. It's difficult because people want to hear music that we made 40 years ago. But now I'm an old man now. I can still sing the notes, but most of our pieces, like Quadrophenia, we'd like to do Quadrophenia. And I can still sing Quadrophenia very well, and we play it. It's a beautiful piece of music. But we turned it into a theatrical production in the 90s with a narrator. And I've always had trouble once you turn it into a theatrical production, is making people understand what my part of it is as the vocalist. You know what? And I'm having a head problem at the moment in getting where, you know, what am I now to that piece on a stage, because it's a young person's music. And there are ways around it theatrically. I mean, for instance, you never think you're going to get old, do you? But here I am, and it's about me when I was a young man. We just need to rework it. It needs to be repositioned to accommodate who we are now, as people looking back on our lives rather than being in it and doing it at the time.
10 years old, with bobs and bowl and stops can be.
Voices are funny things. You know, guitarists have it so easy. You know, it's a piece of cake playing the guitar. You get up there and you do this, and when you feel tired, you can still do that. When the strings need changing, you just change the strings. The singer goes up there, he's naked, and all he's got is two little things here, and he's expected to do it every night. And of course, we're human, we're not robots, and we're not guitars or instruments, but just this little human, fragile thing here. My voice, it's I think it's richer in a lot of ways. I can still hit high Bs, occasionally a high D. I can still do I used to have a 4-octave range. I'm not far off it now. That's a big range. I wish I'd been better educated when I was young, because I had the potential to be a great opera singer. I've got a big voice, but wasn't the way it worked out, was it? I did all right though. I've had a good time. I've done so many things. When I look back, because people keep asking me to write my biography, and I think I haven't done enough yet. You know? But then they give me biographies to read of other people in the business, you know, other rock people, and all they've ever done is music. And all they've ever done is play the guitar or do their singing and tour and so. Then I think, oh, I've done quite a lot more than that. So maybe I should do one. I don't know. This is not a Who show, it's my show, and we do all kinds of stuff. I mean, sometimes I do Johnny Cash if I fancy it, because he was one of my idols when I was young, working in a factory, and we used to sing, and I was a sheet metal worker, so we used to be banging on bits of metal, and of course Johnny Cash was a great rhythm, we'd get a good rhythm going. And we'd sing Johnny Cash songs all day. So I still sing Johnny Cash because I think his songs, again, I'm not American, I don't know where Folsom Prison is, but I know what a prison is. So those songs just speak to me in a very special way. And his music deserves to be kept alive. I never met him, but what I liked about him was he was his own man. He rightly or wrongly, he stood up for what he believed in. He was an interesting guy. Did his best work at the end of his life too. Not as I get this playing with Pete, no. We can kick off each other when we get going. It's magic. His music as well, I'm passionate about his music. Maybe because it's what I've sung most of my life. I just think he was one of the most important popular writers of the 20th century. In my opinion. I mean, you listen to Won't Get Fooled Again now. I mean, you can play that in any country around quite a lot of the world now, and there'll be people going, God, this song's speaking for me.